welcome to Frogfoot Holler, y'all. I'm Michael. My nephew Colton's behind the camera today. And as you can see, I have a basket. But let me tell you what we got going on today. See, we got some tilling going on and we got some planting going on. But before we get all that, well, I got some squash to pick, y'all. Squishy squash, squishy squash. Yeah, buddy. So I'm going to offer a little tip also with this squash. You really should know what varieties you're growing because each squash is different on the times you pick. Some squash are better picked big. Some squash are better when you pick them young. The types I have, well, I got 4 of them. I got some that need to be a little bit bigger than my hand as far as lengthwise. And then I got some, the one ball about this big is perfect. And well, the patty pans about that big. So I know the squash I got 20 squash right here, 4 rows, 5 each. And well, it's time to get some. And as you can see, I already got a slick pick squash. This is one of those that needs to be a little bit bigger than my hand, just like that. And well, with the squash, if you pick it too young, it tastes green. It just don't quite taste right. If you pick it too late or too big, it's tough and it's just not really good. You got to pick them at the optimum time, guys. So do your research on your plants and on your fruits so that you know when you need to pick these. Now I already got this slick pick, and I'm actually going to pick a patty pan or 2. Now you see how this plant's loaded down with patty pans, and I got 2 of them that are ready to pick. Look at there, y'all. I got one right here. That's a nice one. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this one right here. This one's a little smaller, but that ain't going to hurt nothing. See, some of your squash, you can tell when they're ready by the coloration. If this squash right here was this color, yeah, that would mean this squash is too old. It's going to have a really thick skin to it, and seeds are going to be bigger. This patty pan, it's just naturally this color. So it's going to be an even darker yellow if it gets too big. So me and my nephew are going to go through here, go through all 4 rows, picking squash, and hopefully I'll have me a basket. Wait, I already have a basket. Hopefully I'll have something more than 3 squash in the basket. Alright guys, so we're back from Super Frog mode. And well, as you can see, I got me a little squash haul, y'all. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going in for supper tonight, guys. Ooh, we stewed up with some onion, salt and pepper, and maybe some of the sweet peas that I got the other day. Man, I'm so happy to have a garden, y'all. I can't wait. But, you know, shed wars? Yeah, I'm probably going to have to weigh this first. Hope I get them to the scales before they get to the pan. So we hopped on down to the front field, and we're now in one of my gardens here. This is the melon patch, or what I was going to consider the melon patch. See, the problem is well, I was planning to have some pink banana jumbo squash here, and I can't get the stupid things to grow. So I'm changing my plans. This area right here is going to be part tomatoes also. So all these tomatoes right here, or most of them, are going to be planted down here. And well, I'm going to be planting a few of these determinate style too down in my squash bed, just for fun. But before we do that, as you can see, we got a little bit of tilling to do, mainly to get rid of some of the weed pressure, y'all. So we're going to hop into Super Frog mode and get the tilling done. And we are back, y'all, from Super Frog mode. And well, we went ahead and got our rows laid out and got the tomatoes laid out, but I want to introduce you to somebody that helps me out quite a bit in the garden. Yep, his name is Jim. And Jim does a lot of work in the garden, y'all. Y'all meet Jim. Hey, Jim. All right, so Jim is actually a bucket of string, and electricians call this rat string because it chases a sponge through the conduit, and, well, it allows electricians to pull wire through. But I have found another use for it, y'all. It does a really good job of laying out my rows so that way I can get good straight rows when I'm actually putting in my starts. And this stuff is not that expensive for how much you get. And, well, I've had this for going on 3 years now or longer. I mean, as you can tell from the bucket, yeah, it's been a while. So this string lasts quite a while. But what we did is we took two red posts, and tied the rat string on, stretched it out, and lined up our tomatoes with the string. So that way we know exactly where to plant them. And on each post, I used tape, and this is Gorilla Tape, and marked down the initials to each variety of tomato that I'm planting. So I got Mortgage Lifters, I got Chef's Choice, I have Cherokee Purple, and on the last row is Lemon Boy. So, before me and my nephew get to jumping in super frog mode and planting all these tomatoes, I'm gonna show you how I plant these starts like this and let y'all take a look at this. All right, guys, so we're here with my tomato starts, and as you can see, I have a ton of tomatoes in this start right here. I got like 6 of them. So I'm gonna have to choose which one of the 6 I want, because I'm gonna take them off just like that. And the reason why I'm bringing it down to just one is because of the fact the other ones are called suckers. They suck nutrients away from the one you want to grow. And sometimes it's hard to figure out which one you want to grow and which one that you want to take away. So a lot of times I'll go by stem thickness, and like these two are the same height, they look pretty much the same way, but this one, the stem's thicker, so I'm going to save him and get rid of the other ones. Now you can use micro shears to be able to actually take these off a lot easier, but I found when you're planting so many of them, it's a lot easier to just take your fingernail and push the stem between your fingernail and thumb, and it comes on off. Now we're going to go ahead and plant this one. Now this string right here is just a guide. I don't necessarily want it directly underneath or left, right, or anything like that. I'm just using it to be approximate. Now these are indeterminate tomatoes, so I can bury these things deeper than what you can other plants. So I'm gonna create my water ring. There we go. And that one's planted. Now, I'm gonna show you a different method of planting with this one right here. But first I have to actually mark where it was going and get the suckers off. So the first way I planted was in a hole and nice and deep. The second way I'm planting is I'm gonna dig a ditch and plant like this. And from my experience, it doesn't really matter which way you plant. They all grow about the same. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig a ditch like this, and I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put it a little bit deeper. I'm gonna put him in like that, and then I'm gonna take and push the stem up to where I want it, and then I'm gonna cover up the root ball, just like this, and create my water ring. And there you go. So that's 2 ways of planting: straight down and in a ditch. Like I said, either way works just fine. If you got really long starts or really big starts You might want to use the ditch method, because digging a really deep hole, well, you might need post hole diggers. Digging a ditch, well, you can dig a long ditch and not go real deep. So it's up to you on how you want to do it. Now, me and my nephew, we got good jumping on planting all these. I think I counted 64 tomato starts that are going in the ground right here, and then another 11 determinants that's going to be planted today. Whew, that's 75. And if you include what I have in the main garden, that's 179 tomato plants this year. I might get 1 or 2 off of them, maybe. All right, let's jump into super frog mode, y'all. Alright guys, we are back from super frog mode. Guys, we got a lot of tomatoes here this year. And, well, my nephew, he's still in high school. This is last year. And, well, he'll be graduating and finding him a job. Guess what he told me while we were putting these things in super frog mode? He said, I got to find me a job as soon as I can. See, he don't want to be around here when it comes time to pick all these. And you talking about if these do good, I mean, Lord willing, the creek don't rise, we're going to have a bunch of maters to pick. But see, there's also something else. See, there's this bug or worm called a tomato hornworm. And, well, we tend to have them quite a bit around here. And he's just sitting there thinking about having to check all the tomato plants with me. And we'd end up with a 5-gallon bucket of tomato hornworms, because I don't use pesticides. However, I do use chickens. But guys, I appreciate y'all joining me today. It's been fun. I got 11 more tomato plants to plant. They're determinate. And I got some corn I want to get planted. Whew, all before dark. And plus get some water on this garden. So we still got a little bit to do. I tell you what, y'all have a froggy day. This has been Michael with Frogfoot Holler. Y'all keep it froggy.